So today we're going to be unboxing and checking out the Huawei MatePad 11. It's unsurprisingly an 11-inch tablet from Huawei, officially launching in the UK in a few days, so I don't know the final asking price, but hopefully it'll be a solid iPad competitor. It's running full on Harmony OS, it's got some pretty premium specs, and of course a good bit of second gen Huawei M Pencil action as well. So enough of me banging on, let's check out the Huawei MatePad 11, and for more on the latest greatest tech, please do poke, subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Alright, so first up, what do you actually get in the box besides that Huawei MatePad 11? You've got one adapter, one Pokey pin device, one Type-C USB cable. You've got a USB to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter because there's no 3.5mm port actually on the Huawei MatePad 11. And that's your lot. So I was kind of hoping the M Pencil would be secreted in one of these little side bits, but apparently not. That must be sold separately. So this here is the Huawei MatePad 11 tablet, and it certainly looks very tablety. You've got a choice of three colours here. This is the matte grey version, very exciting. Otherwise you can also grab the MatePad 11 in olive green or isle blue. Feels reasonably compact for an 11-inch tablet, helped along by those skinny bezels surrounding the display, and not too chunky either, that's for sure. At 485 grams, it should be reasonably comfortable to clutch with the one arm, even if you've got weedy little boy biceps like myself. Nice rounded corners as well, no real frills or flare to speak of as far as the design goes. You've got a matte finish around back, so at least it's not glossy, it's not going to pick up greasy prints if you are handling this thing, and it's got a reasonable sort of soft touch finish to the back end as well, which is quite pleasant. Pretty straightforward as far as the ports and everything go. If you're clutching it in landscape mode, you've got your USB-C over on the right edge. Down below you've got the pull-out tray. Over on the right, nothing, just the good old power button, which is highlighted neatly there in red. And then up top, your volume rocker right there in the corner. Alright, so hopefully we've got some gas in the tank. Yes, we do. So I'll get the MatePad 11 all set up and then we can check out that Harmony OS goodness. Well, it's been a while since I refreshed my Latin knowledge, so yeah, let's stick with English, please. So once you've connected your MatePad 11 to your Wi-Fi and signed in with your Huawei ID, you can then run through all the usual privacy settings, including disabling all of this ad shenanigans. So as you can see, they're running a good bit of Harmony OS here on the MatePad 11, but if you have used any Huawei smartphones in the past, the interface is quite familiar. For one, you've got those Android-style swipe gestures, so you can just swipe up to get back to the home page at any point. You can also swipe left in order to go back. And if you swipe up and then hold your finger there, you'll bring up the apps menu. But the UI does also cheekily blend in a few little elements from iPadOS as well, including this dock down below. So you can completely customize this, dragging elements in and out as you see fit. So for instance, let's get the apps gallery in there. And to the right of that, you've got fast access to whichever app it is that you opened up most recently. So if I was to go into the calendar, for instance, that would replace the settings. And then if you swipe down from the left side of the top edge, you will bring up the notifications panel, shows you everything that you've missed out on recently. And then swipe down from the right side of that top edge and you'll bring in the control center. Does that look familiar? And as you can see, this just gives you fast, easy access to all of your sort of main settings and toggles. You've got a media control panel in there as well. You can drag this down for access to even more stuff. Comfort modes, a screen recorder, all kinds of things. And sorry, I've absolutely got to sort out this wallpaper as well because it's not great. Get a bit of geeky anime goodness on the go. And then if we pinch, we can customize it with our own wallpaper. There we go, much better. And then that will rotate with the rest of the desktop as well. And there's also a good bit of face recognition support here on Harmony OS as well. So let's get that all set up. Just stick my face in that ball. And then you can raise the MatePad 11 to wake it. Raise the MatePad 11 to wake it. Raise the MatePad 11 to wake it. Okay, so that only works in landscape mode apparently. Or alternatively, you can also just double tap on the screen. That will also wake the MatePad 11 and then you're straight in. If you pinch on that desktop, you've got a limited amount of customization you can do, kind of similar to Android. So for instance, changing up the grid sizes, disabling the auto rotate, if you're not really a fan of that. You can also add widgets to your desktops as well, small selection you can play around with there. And you can actually access mini widgets or service widgets, I believe they're called, by swiping up on some of the icons as well. So for instance, swipe up on health, you can fast access the exercise feature. Swipe up on calendar, you can see what meetings and other stuff you've got on the agenda for today. And if you're a Huawei fan, you've got other Huawei devices around your homestead. You can quickly and easily connect them to the MatePad using the Super Devices tool here in the settings. You can also drag it down from the control panel, as you can see there. Just touch there and it'll search for any supported devices. So for instance, you can use the MatePad 11 as a second screen for your laptop. Now, because this is Harmony OS, you don't have access to the likes of the Google Play Store. So if you're going to download fresh apps, you'll have to use Huawei's app gallery instead. It is an ever-expanding library, and Huawei is chucking a lot of money at developers to ensure that it gets filled up as quickly as possible, but there may be gaps on here that you won't find on the likes of the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So for instance, I'm happy for my music because you've got a good bit of Deezer action on there. However, the likes of Netflix, Disney+, Spotify, stuff like that, not currently found on the Huawei app gallery. In these instances, you're best off searching using the Petal search for an APK file instead to download. So for instance, with Netflix, you can do a little search on that Petal search, and eventually, here we go, APK Pure. As you can see there, you can download the APK file for Netflix and get it installed. Just beware that, of course, APK files, they can potentially harbor viruses. They're not 100% safe, they're not verified by an app store. So you'll have to be quite cautious when downloading these kinds of things. Make sure the reviews look legit and everything. And the problem with some services like Netflix, everything, is that they're not guaranteed to work even if you do download the APK. So let's give this a go. But thankfully here on the Huawei MatePad 11, Netflix does seem to be working absolutely hunky-dory. The only problem is its maximum SD playback, no high definition action. And Petal Search can help you in other ways as well, such as for instance finding any pubs and restaurants that are nearby. It can tell you great things that you can watch and buy. Oh, I don't know, should I go for the Kugel thing or the sexy top? And because you don't have the YouTube app on here, you can also quickly and easily access that as well if you want to look for your favorite spurter. And as you can see there, you can run two apps side by side quite happily as well. If you drag out from the side with one thumb as well, you can also open up subsequent apps in little windows that you can drag around like so. So you can have all the apps on the go at once. And of course you get a fair few apps pre-installed here on the Huawei MatePad 11 as well, but they're all basically Huawei services. So for instance, you've got the likes of Huawei Music. You will have to pay a monthly subscription if you want full access, but they've got a decent selection of music on there, including plenty of metal, good bit of hip hop, even stuff that isn't massively mainstream. So for instance, Born of Osiris just released a new album, you'll find that on there. You've also got Huawei Books, which seems to have lots of racy material, shall we say. I'm starting to feel a little bit tingly and I'm not really sure why. I mean, this one looks like an absolute banger. You do sadly have a fair bit of crapware packed on the MatePad 11 as well, including Top Cashback, Vinted, you've got M&S on there for some reason, ExpressVPN, Merriam-Webster, and a small selection of games, including Fun Hospital, because nothing screams fun like Tumors. Now, if you're going to be downloading lots of lovely apps, the good news is you've got a choice of storage here on the MatePad 11 between 64, 128 and 256 gigs worth. Otherwise, you do actually have support for micro SD memory cards up to 1 terabyte in size. And that is actually micro SD as well. It's not using Huawei's own proprietary memory card system, which is good to see. No space for a SIM card in there though, so you are stuck with good old Wi-Fi 6 all the way. The actual display is an 11-inch IPS screen, or 10.95-inch if you want to be all pedantic about it, with a nice crisp 2560 by 1600 pixel resolution. And that, combined with the natural look and colour reproduction, means it is pretty damn solid for your photo editing and other creative tasks. I was kicking back with a TV or a movie on good old Huawei Video as well. So we've got a good old Willy's Wonderland. That looks like a classic. Again, what's with all of the hot and salty content? What do you reckon I should go for? A good bit of Nymphomaniac Volume 2? Or perhaps a good bit of Tom and Jerry the movie? Tough choice. If you dive on into the display settings, you can play around with the MatePad 11's display output as well. You got the likes of the eye comfort modes, you got the dark modes, and the screen refresh rate is set to dynamic to begin with as well, which means it can automatically scale between 60 and 120 Hz to suit whatever you're up to. And of course you do have a couple of accessories to go with the MatePad 11 as well, including Huawei's 2nd generation M Pencil. I don't have that unfortunately, but I do have the smart magnetic keyboard. And this is pretty straightforward stuff. Just slap your MatePad 11 onto the dock like so. It'll automatically be acknowledged courtesy of good old NFC. They pair up nice and easy and then you are good to go. It's also a pretty handy way of just propping up the MatePad 11 if you want to be watching a bit of media as well, including this baldy git. The Huawei MatePad 11 rocks a quad speaker setup, 2 either side in landscape mode, just like the likes of the iPad Pro and all that good stuff. And apparently the audio output has been fine-tuned by Mon Cordon. So let's bump up the volume, check it out. Beefier performance courtesy of a MediaTek Dimensity 700 chipset. So that's certainly got plenty of power on that top volume, that's for sure. I don't think the clarity is quite as good as the iPad Pro, unfortunately, but certainly if you're going to be just enjoying, you know, a bit of YouTube action in a rowdy kitchen or some other noisy room, then it should do the job absolutely fine. And yeah, no headphone jack support, but at least you do get a Type-C dongle bundled in the box. You just have to remember to take that with you if you're going to be listening in a bit more of a discreet fashion when you're out and about. Otherwise, alternatively, you do have Bluetooth 5.1 support on this thing as well, and that includes support for all of the big codecs like LDAC, for instance, if you've got supported headphones. So you can enjoy a good bit of high quality sound. As for performance, well, the MatePad 11 isn't actually powered by one of Huawei's Kirin chipsets. It's instead powered by the Snapdragon 865, which is one of the flagship Qualcomm chipsets found in many premium 2020 smartphones. And it should prove absolutely fine for running any apps and any random games that you happen to find lurking on that app gallery. You do get a dinky little webcam tucked away in that skinny little bezel up top as well. It's an 8 megapixel effort. It should be absolutely fine for your video calls, as you can see there. It's got the old face tracking and all that good stuff. You've also got a quad mic setup on the Huawei MatePad 11 as well, so it should have no trouble picking up your voice, even in a fairly noisy environment. Got some AI smarts to help cut down on any background clamour, and you do actually have a beauty mode, as you can see there, which is actually the default mode as well, which is slightly irksome. Good news if you basically want to turn yourself into a mannequin. And yes, like most tablets, it does come with a rear camera as well, 13 megapixels. Not really sure why this is a thing. Please don't take it to a gig and hold it up and take a video so nobody else behind it can actually see. They have to actually watch it on your stupid tablet screen. You won't do that, will you? No. And last up, the battery tech, and what you've got crammed inside of the Huawei MatePad 11 is a 7250 milliamp cell, so it should hopefully keep you going all day, even if you're doing, you know, lots of intensive tasks, lots of video streaming, a good bit of gaming, all that kind of shenanigans. You got the usual power saving mode and all that stuff on there as well. It's dropped about 15% in the couple of hours I've been using it, but that is with a bit of gaming, a bit of video streaming, all that. So that right there, in a nutshell, is the Huawei MatePad 11 tablet. So it'd be great to hear what you think of this bad boy down in the comments below. And for more on the latest greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell, and have yourselves a wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone, love you.